the BG Cooling System Service, using the BG Xpress Fluid Exchange System. Cleans, removes, and replaces worn-out fluid with premium coolant and conditioner. This service keeps a vehicle's cooling system performing free of scale and corrosion for the life of the vehicle. Read and follow the BG Xpress Fluid Exchange System operating instructions and safety data sheet for the cooling system before performing the service. To begin, place the used coolant hose into a waste fluid container. Make sure the S1 pump switch is set to off. Connect the power cables to a 12-volt battery or other 12-volt power source. Attach the suction wand to the pump hose and place the wand into a new or recycled 50/50 coolant supply. Turn the V1 control valve to N. Turn the S1 pump switch to remove. This is to fill the BG Xpress new coolant container. Turn the S1 pump switch to off. To prevent being burned by hot fluid that may escape from the cooling system, allow the vehicle to cool before removing the radiator cap. Remove the radiator cap and insert the suction wand end of the pump hose as deep into the radiator as possible. Turn the V1 control valve to U. Turn the S1 pump switch to remove. Remove enough used coolant to allow for a dry removal of the upper radiator hose. Then turn the S1 pump switch to off. If the vehicle has a radiator overflow tank, remove the old fluid out of it as well. Turn the S1 pump switch to remove to begin removal of all the used coolant. Turn the S1 pump switch to off. Clamp off the upper radiator hose about 4 to 6 inches from the end that connects to the radiator. Remove the upper radiator hose from the radiator. Determine the correct sized adapter and matching short hose adapter assembly needed for the upper radiator hose. Connect the CT700 adapters into the base unit. Put the loose clamp into place on the hose. Do not tighten. Install the CT700 adapter between the radiator and the upper radiator hose. Tighten all clamps. Remove the upper radiator pinch hose clamp. Be sure the ball valve on the connector hose is in the open position. Install 1 bottle of BG Universal Cooling System Cleaner into the mouth of the radiator. If more coolant is needed, insert the suction wand into the radiator. Turn the V1 control valve halfway between N and U. Turn the S1 pump switch to add. Turn the V1 control valve slowly to N to avoid splashing coolant. Fill the radiator. Note, if the pump stops or flutters, turn it to off and on repeatedly. Make sure fluid is flowing through the service hoses. If fluttering persists and fluid is flowing, the service may proceed. To stop fluttering, move the V1 control valve from center to new. Do not completely shut off the flow. If there is no flow, check the quick coupler connections and verify the thermostat location that indicates proper flow direction. The BG Xpress contains a pressure switch that is set to prevent overpressurizing the cooling system. The motor will start again when pressure is released. If flow cannot be achieved with the engine off, the service can be performed with the engine running. Note: do not allow the BG Xpress new coolant container to run dry. Save enough coolant to refill the overflow tank. When the transfusion is complete, turn the S1 pump switch to off. If the vehicle is running, turn it off. Open the ball valve on the CT700 to release any trapped pressure from the engine. Disconnect both service hoses from the CT700. Remove the radiator cap. Important: before removing the radiator cap, allow the engine to cool. Attach the suction wand to the pump hose and insert the suction wand deep into the radiator. Turn the V1 control valve to N. Turn the S1 pump switch to remove. This will lower fluid below the radiator hose and allow the BG Universal Supercooler to be added. Remove the CT700 and reconnect the upper radiator hose securely. Add BG Universal Supercool Conditioner to the radiator. If more coolant is needed, place the suction wand back into the radiator. Turn the V1 control valve halfway between N and U. Turn the S1 pump switch to add. Turn the V1 control valve slowly to N to avoid splashing coolant. Refill the radiator with new coolant. Turn the S1 pump switch to off. Replace the radiator cap securely. Remove battery cables. This completes the BG cooling service using the BG Xpress fluid exchange system. For more information on this service, contact your BG representative.